Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. At the top tonight, the number of people turning up at our border is increasing as the year goes on. Channel 5's Christian Von Pricing found out people are learning new ways to enter and stay in our country.
The time span starts with the beginning of a new administration in the White House. That start of the year was a time when far fewer people crossed the border illegally. That trend is now starting to change. It's not what it used to be at its peak in 2014 and 2016, when the Sacred Heart Church in McAllen would get as many as 400 new immigrants a day. These days, the people who cross the border are still showing up in the downtown area. Catholic Charities now runs out of a smaller building, just a few blocks from the church. The same volunteers still do their jobs, and a lot of the same stories. You suffer on the way here, says this woman from Honduras. On Wednesday, she crossed the Rio Grande. She got detained and processed. By Friday, she was out of custody. You're going to court, she says she was told when she was released. Now she's wearing an ankle bracelet. She has a hearing scheduled later this month. She says people used to be afraid of coming to the U.S. after Trump took office. Sister Norma Pimentel says her organization started seeing more arrivals since January, but says the waves are still unpredictable. I wasn't afraid, she says. The number of families caught at the border in the Rio Grande Valley is nearly 50% more than what it was this February. She says people from her country are learning there's still ways of getting released once they enter the country illegally. In McAllen, Christian Von Pricing, Channel 5 News at 10.
And we're seeing families like the ones you just saw in Christian's story being caught at the border and then released despite orders to end the practice. This is a Channel 5 News Extra. In February, the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security ordered the end of catch and release in a memo aiming to implement orders from the White House. Since then, we've still come across cases of people crossing the border illegally, getting detained, and then released on their own recognizance to appear in immigration court at a later date. We asked Immigration and Customs Enforcement about the practice. They say they don't discuss their internal decision making for security reasons, but said, quote, the circumstances and attributes of each family unit are reviewed on a case-by-case basis, end quote.